I immediately pull out my pistol and point it at him.
Is that any way to treat a friend?
We are shadows, we are fire. In the black our hearts aspire. Cause they steal karma's ire. In the night we rise higher. Dark streets pulse with a deadly sound. Kaze carving chaos to the ground. Karma watches from his lofty mound. One shot, one life in the underground.
Boy, chummers, before we get started, if you enjoy our content, do us a favor and give it a like if you're on YouTube, or rate the episode if you're listening on your favorite audio platform. Those interactions go a long way with helping us reach new like-minded Shadowrun individuals. We hit our goal of 500 subscribers on YouTube, and that's all thanks to you guys. Now let's shoot for another 500. Whoa, wow, what a recap that I have to do now. Smoke and mirrors and long time ago. Yeah, toodle-doo, toodle-doo, toodle-doo. We're going to find out what happened to Kaze. I know, everybody's super excited. So last time we saw anything of Kaze, he was inside the Arcology. There was a wall of robot bestial squid-like creatures maybe that were crashing down upon them, and they had to try and escape, and people were getting separated everywhere. Finally, it was just Kaze and Sue, and they were running through a swarm of the Stinger drones, and then everything faded to black.
If you'd like to experience the events in question firsthand, please watch or listen to SINless, Season 2, Episodes 22 through 26.
So let's just let Kaze wake up from there, and we'll get going. So, Kaze, you regain consciousness finally. Everything feels like a fever dream almost. You remember bright lights and vaguely a voice that you had been talking to or fighting against. You can't really remember. Your body aches and hurts. The last thing you really truly remember is trying to run through that swarm, and everything just goes dark. So now you're coming to with the soft pelting rain kind of hitting you in the face as you're standing outside in downtown Seattle. There are people that are moving around you, kind of looking at you while you're just staring straight up into the sky. There you go.
I immediately just start trying to look around and just go, Sue? Sue? Sue?
There's no Sue around you. There's just the usual hustle of the downtown street traffic from people walking around, driving around. You can hear horns, feel the rain and the cool wind. It's a very light sprinkling, just overcast, but you know.
I check myself to see, do I have a phone on me?
You do not have a phone.
Okay, so nothing to check that wise. To start to try to backtrack at this point, then so we're not in the Barrens, we're in Seattle proper.
You're in downtown. Yeah. You can tell from the high rises and everything.
Well, that's a bit rougher for let's see where I would be trying to go from here. I mean, I think probably the first thing would be trying to just make our way from here back to the Barrens to try to recover our footsteps and try to go look around for some other stuff.
How are you gonna get there?
That's an excellent question. Probably the BART would be my guess. Public transit at its fine. I mean, I imagine I do a quick look around and realize that my bike is not in the foreseeable,
You
is
know,
not in the immediate area.
you can make a good old perception test for me.
I love a good perception test.
Sure. Roll me some logic plus willpower, please.
Logic plus willpower. Okay. So combining both of them together
To
for
create your dice pool, yeah.
Cool.
And you need 5s and 6s.
Also, as a note, I would just like to mention that with this epilogue, we are running in the anarchy system. So if I do ask a lot of questions,
That's why.
this is why. So I know that I ask a lot of questions already, but just in case.
Makes
So am I
perfect sense.
Am I giving you highest hit or total?
No, you just tell me how many 5s and 6s you successfully rolled.
2.
Okay. You're not quite sure, but as you're looking around, you swear that in an alley across the street, there was a motorcycle that looked like it was creeping out, maybe in your direction, but there was nobody driving it, and then it just promptly turned and ran itself back down the alleyway.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go down the alley to investigate that because that seems suspicious.
Well, you can definitely see the tire marks on the
Mhm.
ground, but there's no there's no sign of the actual motorcycle.
Okay, can I keep following the tire marks to try to see if I could follow the direction it went in?
Yeah, it'll lead you winding through an alleyway, and then eventually it goes out onto a street, and you lose it on the street.
Lose. Hate it losing it on the street. All right.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I guess yeah, from here my best bet would probably be to try to see if I could catch some means of public transit back towards the Barrens because Seattle is not my forte.
You could try and flag down a taxi, or you can get a taxi flagged down.
Okay, so secondary question.
Sure.
Do I have any new yet on me?
You do have you do have a certified cred stick on you, yeah.
I have a cred stick. Okay. I don't have a port or anything, so I can. How do you check what's on a cred stick? Do you have to have like a?
So
If I don't have a data port, how do I check what's?
yeah, I know. It almost works like a pen or a mechanical pencil.
Okay.
There's a button on the top you just press, and there's a LED light up that will come on the side that'll tell you.
Oh, okay. So okay. How much is on my cred stick?
You have a little over 2,000 yen on it.
A little over 2,000. Okay, I mean that should be enough to get me back to the Barrens, right? I don't know the conversion rate. You know what? Public transit's cheaper than a cab, so we're still gonna go the public. I'm gonna stick for public transit. I think that'll be the easier way to go. Would I know? I mean, I'm assuming I could just walk and look around to see if I could find a subway station or transit station somewhere near me to jump on. Does the Sixth World still have the BART? Is that the main? Is that like the?
It would have expanded slightly, right?
Okay. Yeah.
To help include into other districts, but to get back into the Barrens to where you remember, the only way to get there is by a vehicle that you own yourself, carjacking a vehicle, or taking public transit into Touristville and then walking the rest of the way.
I think we'll probably just go to the into Touristville route and then go from there. Since I'm still kind of coming out of this fugue state, I think having a little time on my hands might be good to think and walk and try to figure out what's going on. Checking as well on my persons. What else do I have on me currently?
You have your armor, you have the certified cred stick, you have your sword, and a gun.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll just go for public transit back to Touristville then. I think will be the easiest way.
Okay, so jump in a cab and take it all the way back to
Yeah,
Torsville?
that's fine.
Okay. It takes you a few hours to finally get there. Um, on the way there,
Hmm.
you can hear on the radio the hot story is how the Arcology has finally opened, and they're getting people in and out of there.
That seems not good considering I was just there yesterday and that was
Uh
not a place that we want the public people. Is the
huh.
cab that I'm in, is this like a Johnny Cab situation or are there actual cabbies in the sixth world?
There are actual cabbies. This one would be an actual cabbie. They're not going to just send a Johnny cab to get
Gotcha.
ganked.
So yeah. So okay, so then I want to kind of I'll talk about the cab. Why are they letting people back into the Arcology? That was being shut down, wasn't it? That I thought Renraku was all over it.
We talking about? Yeah, it's the whole big story that the it's open.
But the robots and the
What?
bad stuff and the wait, what do you
What are
mean
you?
it's open?
What Beatles you been slotting there, chum?
It's an excellent question at this point. I wish wish I had a straighter answer for you. How when was the shutdown?
About a month ago.
A month ago.
Yeah, the security and the guard they finally broke in.
Huh. Well, I hope it's good for business.
I don't know. That's over my head.
I will now sit ponderous in thought, staring out the window at the rain as it comes down.
Sure. You ponder away as you finally get to Touristville.
Okay. I mean, getting out in Touristville, I so as I start to walk around, I want to try to if you need me to do another perception check,
Hmm.
I want to try to like keep an eye out to see if like do I notice things that would be that would like show that there's been time passage more than I initially had thought there was. Like, are there like like a date on a newspaper or something like that, like something to kind of help me
Yeah,
crack in to realize how long it's actually been.
unlike a news feed ticker or something.
Yeah, just something
Yeah.
that helps to fill in that time has actually passed more than cause I
Yeah.
thought it has.
It is now saying that it's 2061 on the
2061.
nearest news ticker that you can find, which would mean that you've lost at least an entire year.
20 it wasn't 2061 when how where have I been? I'll from here, I think going back towards the Barrens, probably the first place that I would try to see about going to check in on would be back to the Valkyrie headquarters in the Barrens and see if there's anything there.
You can make your way there. It takes a while,
Yeah.
obviously. Once you get there, there's there's nobody around. Looks pretty abandoned.
Is there by chance is there like any spare bikes or anything maybe laying around that might make it a little easier to get around?
I mean, you've got story points.
Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh.
Just pointing that out. Maybe if you wanted to use one.
I see. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, then let me know if this is how this works, because again,
okay.
working on a fresh system here. I would like to use a story point
Uh-huh.
to while checking the interior of the Valkyrie headquarters, maybe see that tucked away in the corner somewhere was a bike that was
Has like
mostly
a sheet over it.
yeah,
It's
like a
mostly
sheet
intact.
over it and it's mostly good. Maybe like
Yeah,
a little bit of main, maybe just a little tweakage just to make sure that
sure,
everything is
sure.
up and running.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give you that. So yeah, It's serviceable.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, I would like to just try to again work on it a little bit and maybe just have some time to think and just if the Valks aren't here, I mean, what else? Who else is not here anymore? What
What
else did I?
else?
What did I miss? What
What
else
else
has
is
gone on?
different? Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so I'll work on it and try to get it up, fire it up. Does she
It
run?
works. It
All
runs.
right,
Yeah.
fantastic. Um, okay, well, I think that the next probably viable place of check would be to go back over to Asgard and see what's going on there.
Okay. You can make your way to Asgard.
Okay.
Um, you get back to where the Asgard building is. The doors, like the gate that you were used to,
Hmm.
is fallen open, and it's just hanging, hanging there. Um, the inside is eerily quiet. Spray painted on the outside are a lot of skulls and crossbones.
So pirates have taken over Asgard. As I walk up to the gate and notice that it's off, I'll just say to myself, you know, you ask Brass to do one maintenance and just make sure that everything's up and running, and look at what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, I'll go inside the building.
Okay. Um, there's no power. Uh, there are still a bunch of like squatters that are around here. They look like they've taken up residence. Most people just see you coming and kind of scurry out of your way.
Okay,
But there's nothing else.
Nothing else of note. Is there any?
Um. Hmm. So, I guess when you get to the conspiracy corner room,
Yes. Our favorite part of the house.
the whiteboard's like crusted over with grime. Tables have been flipped over or broken. There's lots of shell casings that are everywhere around the room. Looks like there was a big, almost dent or crater into the floor a little bit where something heavy may have fallen into it. And you can see that there are still like pieces, bolts or screws or something. Maybe even one leftover leg of the chair from Ghost.
From Ghost. Okay, yeah. I'll walk over and pick up the leg and just kind of look at it and well, that's not a very reassuring. This is not a very reassuring find.
No, nobody's come up to you. Nobody's said anything to you.
Can I do like a quick scan on where the bedrooms would have been and just see if there's anything?
It looks like they're lived in now,
Right.
but not by the original occupants.
Yeah, not
A bunch of
would've
stuff
been.
has been moved into the rooms. They almost don't look recognizable. Some of them have like 2 or 3 people that are crammed in there now.
Okay. Well, that is an unfortunate state that we have come here to. I guess next, there doesn't seem to be much left here for Asgard, so next up on the course would probably be to go check in with Sam and see if the bar's still there. I guess would be the first step. See if the bar and the shop and the auto shop are still there, and then let's go see how Sam's doing.
Sam's bar and auto shop are still standing. Still
Oh.
says Sam's.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's go on in. Let's go see.
Sure. Just stepping into the bar.
Yeah.
It's a little busier than you probably remember it.
Mhm.
definitely a lot more faces you've never seen before.
Hmm.
And there's somebody else's face on the other side of the bar.
Okay. I'll walk up to the bar. Hi. I was looking for Sam by chance. Is he around anywhere?
Ugh. Jerks his thumb over his shoulder, pointing out towards the auto body shop.
Thanks, chum. I'll head towards the back to go to the shop.
Sure. You can hear the sound of somebody working on an engine or messing around with parts or something. You're not quite sure, but you can hear it coming from the garage.
I'll step into the garage and just kind of go, does someone need a hand in here?
Yeah, Mac. Give me that wrench over there. Socket wrench.
Okay. I will intentionally grab a screwdriver
Mhm.
and hand that to him instead.
Thanks, but you just see it fly out from under the car, and then the slides out from underneath, wiping his face, grease stains, coveralls, and everything. The familiar face of Sam once again, as he's still cleaning his face off. Who are you?
Sam. It's Kaze. What do you mean? Who? What?
No. That can't be right.
I just
Is
talked
this
to
some
you.
kind of magic trick, huh? You're doing some weird magical stuff with the face thing? Is that what we're doing here?
Oh,
Huh?
come on. Sam, I just talked to you like a week ago. You helped us out. We needed you to do the repairs.
Look, this isn't funny, okay? If this is a joke, you need to stop it right now.
I wish it was a joke, but I'm starting to realize that the things that I think happened only a couple days ago wasn't actually a couple of days ago. And honestly, you're the first person that I've been able to come across who I've actually been looking for. So I think I could use a little help, as per usual.
All right, bud. Come with me. He'll lead you back into like a small office that he has. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Pulls open one of his drawers, reaches in, pulls out a big whiskey bottle, and sets it on the table in between you. Two mostly clean glasses, sets down. Uncorks it, pours 2 drinks, slides you one. You're probably gonna want that.
What? Okay.
So it's been a long time.
How long? Because I saw a ticker over in Touristville on the way over to here, and there's no way it's been a year.
It's probably been a year and a few months for you.
But I, I just went in. I what a year and
I don't know where you just went into, chum, but it's we thought you were with the rest of them. Dead.
wait, what do you mean dead?
Dead. That's what I mean.
I'm gonna need a little bit more context here, Sam. I don't. What do you? I mean, I just
We're
came from
look,
Asgard, and it was in
it's
a rough
not
spate. But
it's not a thing anymore, chum. It's gone.
what happened?
I don't know. I don't have the particulars. I wasn't there. This is all legends and hearsay and stuff. People said you couldn't breathe the air around there. You would die. If you got within so many meters of that place, people just drop dead.
Jesus.
Don't know why. It was like that for a few months.
Did Nobody made it out?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. Like I said, I wasn't there.
No, that's fair, Sam, and I appreciate that. I'm glad you're here, given the context now of everything else, but
Man's got to make a living.
and an honest one at that. And I'll hold up the glass to clink
He'll
him and take a
cheers you.
drink.
Yeah, he'll cheers you and kind of chuckle. Ah, about that. Didn't think any one of you was coming back, so I kind of held on to some things for myself. I feel like I was owed it a little bit.
It's understandable. You always did good work and didn't ask a lot of questions, which is appreciated a lot in the line of work that we ended up doing.
That's great. That's really good. One of those things sold off really, really well. Very, very nice piece of tech.
What would that be by chance?
Uh,
Just so I know if I have to keep an eye out for anything out in the world here while I'm running around or anybody that might be mad.
I don't know if you'll ever see it again. Big old Roadmaster. Decked out, very expensive. Made a lot of new yen off of that.
Well, that's good. By chance, one of those things didn't happen to be my bike, did it?
I haven't seen your bike.
Okay, well, that makes two of us, and that's an unfortunate number.
Yeah, a lot of things have changed.
I'm starting to get that feeling more and more.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Asgard is no more. The team there. Nobody knows really what happened. Nobody could get into that place for a while. It's full of death.
All right. Well, like I said, I just am glad that you're still around at least. That gives me a little bit more bearings to try to figure it out.
Oh, that does
Yeah.
remind me though.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls open another drawer, rummages around in it, blows the dust off of uh, an older cell phone, hands it to you. Supposed to give you that.
Who gave you this?
Just I was supposed to give it to you if I ever saw one of you. You were supposed to. I was supposed to hand it to you.
Oh, that's fair, Sam. I appreciate it. While I'm still trying to figure this out, last thing I want to do is get you more involved than we need to. So,
And he just takes another big drink. Like,
I'll take the phone and flip it open and
sure.
turn it on.
There's one contact number in it.
Who is the contact?
The contact number doesn't have a name. It just has the 2 colon and the parenthesis to look like a smiley face.
I just
That's all it is.
smile. I let out a dry, relieved smile, as it were, as I look at it and close the phone. And then I'll just go, "Thanks for the drink, Sam."
Yeah, it's good that you're around. I really don't have any other words to really convey how all the things. It's been a long time.
More so than I'm starting to realize it has, but I appreciate you holding on to this for me, and might be in contact sooner rather than later if you don't mind.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll go to exit the shop, and then once I get I'll walk down the street from Sam's a little bit of a ways, and then take out the phone and
Mm-hmm.
call the number.
Rings for a couple of minutes and then picks up. Hello.
I was told by a mutual acquaintance of ours that this phone was left for someone that
Left for
I'm starting to think
someone.
might be me.
I don't know who you are.
That makes two of us right now at this point.
Uh-huh. What
Uh,
makes you think that you're so special that you should have this phone?
Well, the person that gave it to me said that it was intended for somebody that was maybe a remnant of a group that I was associated with previously.
What's the
So,
what group would that be?
the group that was operating outside of or out of Asgard. You may be familiar with the name.
I may have heard it before. So you're one of those.
Starting,
But they were
starting,
all dead.
starting to think I might be the only one of those.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chum, it's really great to hear your voice. I've got something for you. Uh, can you get someplace safe and or where you feel safe or relaxed or something? Whenever you get to a place like that, just give this number a call back.
Okay. Uh, Once I establish where safe is these days, will do.
Excellent. Try and do it quick. I'm on a time crunch.
All right. Looking for, I mean, trying to think of where would be a point of safety. I'll get back on the bike and let's go on a little drive over to Novahat, shall we? And see what's going on these days.
Oh boy. Novahot has gotten quite a facelift.
Oh,
It now has an actual logo on the outside of it saying Novahot, and it has a fence around it as well, with a couple armed guards.
oh, well, that's new. Who's paying those cards? Okay, so I'm gonna, could I do a stealth to try to sneak in or sneak over the fence and
Yeah.
maybe try to get closer to see what's going on here?
Sure can. You can make your way over the fence without getting spotted.
As I land after jumping over the fence, I'll kind of do like a oof, a little sore, a little stiff.
Not as limber as you once were.
Nah, dude, hit the ground and then just immediately start just doing a couple of just little. Oh man, all right,
Okay.
back in it. And then so once I make it over the fence, can I try to see if there's like some way, like go through for like a back door entrance to try to sneak in and take a look at what's going on inside?
I mean, you know Novahat pretty well.
Yeah. I'll go for the back door and see if I can hop in undetected and take a quick glance and see what's going on inside.
Well, once you're inside, this place has definitely gotten a big facelift. There's actual like cubicles and things in here. It's no longer a factory floor, really. Now it's kind of set up more like an office building.
Interesting. I want to take a look to see if I could figure out like where would be like the foreman office or like maybe like what the head office type of place would be.
Sure.
And then go for a sneak in to see if I can make it in there and figure out what's going on.
All right, give me another stealth roll.
Okay.
All right, you can make your way to the where you think the foreman's office would be.
Okay. Do a quick scan. I mean, do I see, is there like a name plaque or something set up or anything like that that would kind of tip me off into what's maybe going on around here?
You can see the familiar name of that Renraku suit that you had contacted beforehand to help you negotiate against that hostile takeover. That's
one way of phrasing it. Absolutely.
I thought so. That's the name that you can see that's on the door.
Okay, interesting. Is there anybody in the building right now? I guess probably should have been the first thing I asked when I walked through the back door. Is there anybody in here? Is there anybody working or anything? Anybody I need to?
I mean, there are closed doors and you can hear some people in some cubicles, but it doesn't sound like every one of them is occupied now.
Okay, interesting. Well, this is not quite in the abandoned state as some of the other locales that I had that I've gone to so far. So at least the brand's still out there, I guess. But what is this quality? This stitch work is awful. Can't be distracted. Bigger things are at play here. So I'll sneak back out through the way that I went in, and just kind of go down because the Nova Hut was like on like near the docks, right? It was a warehouse that was over near the dock area, if I remember.
Well, it had access to the river that runs through.
Okay. I'll just try to see if I could find like a nearby area that's doesn't really have any traffic or foot traffic or anything, and then I'll call the number back from there.
Okay. You someplace safe?
Yeah. Like, is there like, I don't know, like old buildings or maybe like a anywhere nearby that would work as a convenient meeting locale? As I'm assuming.
Just
Just what we're gonna need.
Just send me your location.
Okay. Will do.
Just
Go
just
ahead
do
and
that.
ping it over.
Of course, the middle of nowhere was where you feel the safest. Of course. Leave it to you, Asgard guys. Loving to be out in the middle of nowhere.
Less eyes, less ears, less problems.
Well, not for them, apparently. Well, just hang on. This is gonna take a few minutes. I'll call you back as soon as I get there.
As I'm waiting, can I look through the phone? Is there anything else on the phone?
Nope, there's nobody
Just-
else. Just that one number was programmed.
Is Snake on it at least? Like, can I play Snake while I'm waiting?
Yes,
for
you
him to
could. You could play Snake.
All right.
Eventually, like maybe 10 minutes later, the phone rings.
Okay, I'll answer.
All right, great. You're still there. The building to your left. Go ahead and walk in through there.
Okay. I will cautiously approach the building to my left.
Sure. It's an old, rundown apartment building. Part of it is crumbling in. It looks like there's somebody in there on the ground floor. You can't really tell from outside.
Okay. I'll walk up to it.
Okay.
Walk up to the person.
Sure. As you get closer, you can see more and more of this person is kind of coming into view. And as soon as you step through the broken entryway, you see a decently tall elf, or average height elf, in his white makeup with red markings on his face, red hair tied back in a big ponytail, leather jacket on with all of his buttons, and he has a crooked smile. Oh, good, you're here.
I immediately pull out my pistol and point it at him.
Is that any way to treat a friend?
With the day that I've had at this point, chum, I don't even know if that's a factual statement.
Well, I think it is. It's going to be fine. Look, I'm going to need you to take care of this thing for me now, because I can't do it anymore. I have a lifestyle and an image to maintain, and I just can't. I can't keep doing this.
What do you mean thing? Are you trying to hire me onto a job right now? I don't even know what's going on.
Actually, it's funny you should mention that. I'll probably need you here in the next few hours. If we could have a really in-depth chat about that, I might have something for you to do. But I really need you to take care of this other thing. And he just points behind him and just jerks his thumb behind him. It's right through that room over there. You'll see what I mean. Go take care of it. It's all yours.
I'm going to cautiously approach towards the room while still keeping the pistol pointed at Harlequin, because
Sure.
I don't.
He doesn't move. He just smiles the
I
whole
know.
time.
I know he's not going to be unfazed, but at least helps me feel a little bit better. You know,
Sure.
after the day that we've been having.
Walk in there and open in the door.
Yeah, I'll get to the door, open it up.
Okay. On the other side of the door, there is a teenager. Karma, go ahead and describe what your new outlook is.
So you see, I like to think that I'm probably like scanning the room right now. So I'm gonna say my back's towards the door. So the first thing you notice is he looks to be about 5'6" or so. Not super tall. He seems to be wearing a trench coat that is a little too long for him. Like it's kind of reaching, like almost dragging along the ground. It looks like on his back he has a sniper strap to it. It looks familiar. It looks like you recognize it as Spider's old sniper. It looks like it's been slightly recolored and stuff. And he kind of has not longer hair, but it's getting there. Still the brown. But he turns around and you see what looks like a older Karma. Oh, what the frag?
I dropped the pistol to the ground.
Oh,
This
you're dead.
this isn't a trick, right? You're there, and I'm here.
I'm not convinced it's not a trick.
And I kind of will like slowly start walking towards Karma, and
I'm gonna pull out my Ares Predator. No. Stay back. I don't know what you are. You don't know what I am. Well, I know what I am, but you're not alive. Pretty sure, actually. It's been...
You're the second person who's told me that today, and I'm starting to think that I'm missing some crucial.
Okay. What's the last thing you remember?
I went to the Arcology.
Mm-hmm.
We had found Sue. We were trying to get out with her.
Who the frack is Sue?
Not important. The
Okay.
point is, that's what I remember.
Huh.
And then as of about 3 hours ago, I was standing in downtown with the rain on me.
Oh, so you've just been... Huh. Okay. What's something... Ooh, I know. What's something only Kaze would know? What's an interaction? What's a big interaction we've had that was kind of private between us?
Well, there was the time that I almost destroyed my motorcycle while chasing you through back alleys before you inevitably ended up in a sewer. And
Yeah, all right. That's good
I
enough.
lost track of you.
Yeah, all right. Hey, Kaze, how's it going?
Also, if you check the inside of that trench coat, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be initialing on it that would determine that I'm probably the person who made that.
Indeed, you did.
And so after that, I'm gonna keep walking closer till I get right up next to Karma, and then I just will sort of reach out my hand and just touch on the side of his cheek just to make sure that it's an actual person that I'm.
Why are you touching me?
I don't.
Yeah, holster my Ares.
And then as that happens, I'll just suddenly just tears start just coming out with no reaction. It's just flooding of emotion that's just kind of hitting.
You good? Seem a little worked up.
I
You haven't
don't
gone
know.
For like a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. I lost track of time.
That's what everybody keeps saying. I don't know. It's been a day. I was just in the Arcology. Everybody else died, and it was just us. And
Oh, hey, here too.
what happened?
Oh, well, so you went to the Arcology, never saw you again, never even really heard anything about any of that. Sky, I wasn't really involved with dad and all that, but eventually the place we lived at got raided by some guys, killed everyone, and then Harley Quinn pulled me into a freezer and took me. That's a whole anime montage arc thing. Don't worry about that. But I've basically just been with Harley Quinn the last year and a half, and that's been miserable. But he's been training me, I guess you could say, torturing, one or the other.
Training you for what?
I don't know, living.
Valid.
I mean, he's. It turns out I had some untapped magical potential, so he's kind of been training me to, with my magic and awakenedness, adept things. Yeah, I don't really know what happened. I mean, I don't really. The only ones that were fully unaccounted for were my dad and Amazing. Don't really know what happened to those two. Those bodies were never found as far as I'm aware, but everyone else was kind of geeked.
And you haven't heard anything from either of them in the year that it's been?
Nope. Like I said, both of them just kind of seem to frag off. I don't know.
Okay. And then give me one sec here, and I'm gonna go exit the room and go back to Harlequin.
Mm-hmm. He's just like standing there in the middle of the room, just picking his teeth. Oh. Happy reunion. Good all around. All set.
So what do you want me to do?
What?
You said that this was the job. I mean, what do you mean this is the job? What am I what
Oh no, I didn't
what,
say this was the job. I said this is yours now.
okay.
Yeah, he can't come with me anymore.
What am I supposed to do? I don't I
Let's
I'm
you
missing a
know
year. Everybody that I knew was dead. I don't have any connect. I don't what do you mean it's
sound. Hey, 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 easy. I know. Sounds really rough, bud. Sounds like a really, really, really hard, interesting story that I don't care about. But don't worry. I'm sure eventually you're going to come to terms with it. I recommend alcohol or talking to somebody. Okay? I'm sure you're going to get it figured out. Gives you a friendly, like, pat on both shoulders. You got this. You're the best and stuff. Anyway, all right, I have to go see somebody about something else. You hold on to that phone now. Don't let anybody get on to it or take it from you. It's clearly very important. You give me a call and say a day. Does that sound good? Does it sound like enough time for you to get your proverbial shit together?
No, but I'm starting to feel like I don't have a choice.
Ah, the best way is to get back up on that horse and you eat that horse or something. I don't know. Anyway, good. You two can do the reacquainting thing and get yourself situated, find a nice place, take a long soak in a bath. I don't know, whatever you need to do. And then we can talk about business. How's that sound? I know you're probably going to need a little walking around money, right?
2,000 yen only gets you so far.
Ah, that's barely a month's rent nowadays.
Well,
Well,
as much as I don't want to be in debt to somebody like you, is there anything you could help with?
you don't you don't want to be in my pocket right from the start. Let's let you go get situated someplace. And then we'll talk business and about how much money I'm willing to give you to do things for me.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. And then he just turns facing away from you and makes his way out the front door,
As
walking off
he's
into the Barrens.
as he's leaving, you're not even gonna say bye
Don't
to
need to. Waves over his shoulder.
okay. I'll go back and on the way back over to the room where Karma is, I'll pick up my Aries off the ground and reholster it and make sure that I still got that on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just walk back into the room. So I
What's
guess you're
going
with me
on?
now.
Oh, is he just abandoning me?
That's one way to put it.
Thank God. Oh my God. Okay. Woo! Listen, he was great and all, but like, no, he wasn't, actually. That was honestly somehow more traumatic than my father disappearing and the whole raid shooting. Anyways, all right. Well, what are we up to?
It's a excellent question. Do you have a place by chance? Is there, and I'm gonna
No.
start to assume that if it's been a year, my apartment's probably not my apartment anymore.
Yeah, I got not a lot for you. I don't even know if I've been. Yeah, I got nothing.
I don't
We could
think
probably, I don't know, find a. I don't know. What about like what Applejack? Is that your old friend?
Applejack. Is he?
It's, I
Yeah,
think I remember that name. Maybe was that you?
he
I'm a
was.
bear. Okay. Have you
Okay.
called him?
I don't. This is the only phone I have, and there's one number on it, unfortunately.
Pull out a comm link. Do you know his number? How do you?
No.
Oh my God, you're useless. Okay. Do you know where he lived?
Yes.
Let's go there.
Considering the amount of tech that he had in that spot, I'm gonna assume that he probably wasn't just gonna up and leave all of it. So we
I
can
mean,
go
unless he's
see.
dead. Maybe the people that killed us, kind of wiped out all of our connections. I can see that. I haven't
As
talked to anyone, so
as the day has been going, that would not be surprising, however, would be severely disappointing.
eh.
So let's go. We'll huff. I mean, well, we can take the bike, luckily, because they still have the bike, the new bike. Uh, jump on.
Sure. Oh,
Don't
hold
have a
on.
helmet, unfortunately, but just don't fall. And then we'll
No,
take off and
noted.
head towards Applejack's last known residence.
Okay. Takes you a little bit to get there from the Barrens. You eventually can get to Applejack's old residence. The apartment building is still standing there, but the name that you remember being on his call button is not there anymore.
I push the call button anyway, just to see if there's any reaction.
Sure, you get a voice that comes on.
I'm looking for somebody that used to live at this apartment. Went by the name of Applejack's.
Hello?
Yes. Hello?
Delivery?
Yes, delivery.
I'll leave outside.
Could you buzz me in? It's fresh.
No, leave outside.
I can't do that. My manager said I'm not allowed to leave stuff outside anymore, man. You gotta let me in.
No. And then it just hangs up.
Karma, can you try convincing this guy to buzz us in? Can you?
I mean, if that's not Applejack, do we have a reason to go in?
I guess not. I
I
don't
mean, we
know.
could
That's
just
an
kill him
excellent
and
question. I
I
don't.
don't know. We could kill him and then
Whoa.
stay there
Hey,
until
whoa. Hey, let's not just
No?
jump immediately to that plan. No, I think
Okay.
we can talk this out a little bit better.
He doesn't he doesn't sound like he really wants to talk.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you got any new yet? Can we just
I
get a coffee motel?
not a lot, but I have an unfortunate idea. So we'll see what happens. We'll get back. Let's go back to the bike.
Okay.
I'm gonna drive us back over to Sam's on the bike,
Okay.
and then just pull in for where the shop is. And is Sam still working in there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll approach with Karma and just go, "Hey Sam, good to see you again. So quick in quick succession. Who could have guessed, given all the time that's supposedly passed? Anyway, I got something that I got to deal with real quick. I got a friend of mine. This is Karma. He won't kill you. He's very kind. Is it all right if I leave him here for a little bit while I go
What?
take care of
Wait,
something?
you're leaving me here? Why are you leaving me here?
I have something I have to take care of. I have to do it by myself.
You want me to watch this kid?
Hey,
Listen,
frag off.
you don't need to watch him. Just make sure that he doesn't get into any trouble. Make sure that he doesn't leave. I'll be back soon to get him. Sooner than a year, I promise. See, we can joke about it now. We try to make light of the situation. Hey, I'm having a good time.
Sooner than a year? I would hope so.
Well, Sam, with the day that I've been having, that's a big promise at this point.
Sure. I'll do what I can.
All right. Hey, look, he loves working on engines, so get him in there. He'll help you out. It'll be a good time.
No, I don't. I'm gonna take a seat somewhere and pull out my comm link.
Karma, just give him a hand. Hand him some tools.
I'm not gonna
Just
do that.
Hold the
I'm not-
flashlight for him. Just
Do
be
you need
helpful,
help,
please.
Sam?
No.
There we go.
All right. Well, if he does, just don't be rude.
Hurry,
All right.
just okay. Got it.
Alright.
Can you hurry up? Thanks.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. So I will get back on the bike, and I want to I'm just gonna drive like a couple of blocks away and then checking my inside of my coat and my on my belongings. Do I still have that business card on me
From
from Renraku?
yeah.
I will pull out my phone and call the number on the business card.
Okay. Uh, a voice picks up. Yes. How can I direct your call?
I'm looking for Mr. Saito.
Who's calling?
He'll know who's calling.
Uh, line goes static for a few minutes. Then eventually another voice comes on. This time the person is speaking in Japanese. Who is this?
Somebody that you probably didn't expect to hear from again.
No, I probably didn't.
Let's just say that it's somebody that you had sent into a specific location in order to try to help out your corporation to try to make my life better.
I see.
Well, that at least makes one of us that knows what's been going on today because I have no idea what the frag is happening right now.
How can I help you today?
Well, a little information to start would probably be nice because as far as I know, I've been gone for a day and multiple people have been telling me that it's been over a year. So why don't we start with what happened?
A year and some odd months, most likely.
Most likely.
I don't know what happened. I wasn't in the building.
It's very convenient deniability there, Mr. Saito. Okay, easier question that'll help me just get to the point of the reason why I even had to call in the first place. There was a person who was with me that the agreement upon my going into the specific building was that they would be saved and helped. I'm trying to locate this person, so I need that information.
I see. That's all you need?
For the time being. Don't worry, I'm going to keep this number.
You should be receiving the requested information now. There's a beep on your phone.
Well, I appreciate how forthcoming that has been. Thank you so much. We'll talk again soon. All right, let's check the information that he pinged over to me.
It's just a number.
I will call the number.
It takes a little bit, a little extra long on the ringing. Eventually, you hear somebody fumbling, almost like the phone falls, and then, hello, yes, hello,
Hello? Is this
Yeah.
Applejacks?
who are you? How do you know that name?
Oh my God, Applejacks is Kaze calling. It's been so long. I thought it was only a day, and everybody's been telling me that it's been over a year, and I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what's happening anymore. And I've got a kid with me now, and that's all that's left of Asgard. It's all burned out. I don't know what happened, and I don't understand what's going on.
Stop. You can't be him. He's dead. I don't appreciate prank calls. If you call me again trying to prank me, I will ruin your life. Okay?
Applejack, you can trace the number that this phone is calling you from right now,
Chum,
and
you don't want me to do that.
and I will absolutely prove to you that it is me.
I will literally ruin your life.
You got saved. You came to outside of the Arcology, didn't you? There was Renraku everywhere. I don't know if they told you why you were outside of the Arcology, but it was the only place that I could take you at the time.
How do you know that?
Because it's me. And trust me, you are not the only person. You are not the first, second, nor third person to tell me that I'm dead today. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
We should meet.
Absolutely. Name a time and place.
He shoots you a location that'll take you back down to downtown Seattle. There's an old bakery. We'll meet there. And if you are who you say you are, I'll be able to find out.
Drive back over to Sam's.
Okay.
Karma, let's go.
All right.
Got a heading for us. Also, Sam, real quick, lying around in here, storage or anything by any chance? You have a couple helmets? You know, bike safety's paramount.
He throws you 2 helmets that still have Valkyrie logos on them.
Not gonna ask how you got these, Sam, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Probably better that you don't.
I'll hand one over to Karma and we'll peel out towards downtown.
You can make it there. It doesn't take too terribly long. It's a old bakery. Doesn't look like anybody's inside. They have an open neon sign that says open and neon lights. That's all the frills of the front of this bakery.
Okay. As we approach on the front, can I do like a perception just to see if I notice anything like is there any traps or anything that would be noticed? Because knowing Applejacks, he's a man who likes the security, so I just want to make sure that I'm not gonna stumble into something potentially hazardous here.
Looks pretty normal. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. We'll walk in through the front.
Okay, little bell goes off like an actual
Yeah.
bell, like you're opening the door.
Little chimer.
Doesn't look like there's anybody inside. And you just hear kind of a gruff voice out of the back. I'll be with you in a moment.
Take your time. Look around. Is there anything actually like? Is this bakery actually a bakery, or is this?
I mean,
Is there?
There's bread and there's pastries. You don't know how
Okay.
old they are, but they're there.
Understandable.
Eventually, this big troll comes kind of lumbering out of the back. What do you want?
I'm waiting to meet with somebody who told me to meet them here.
Who might that be?
They go by Applejacks, and then I'll smile at him.
All right. Lumbers back into the back. Then coming out of the back is a guy that's got a mask over his face. Can't really tell who he is. He's flanked by 2 other tall-looking individuals that both of them have shotguns in front of them. And then you just kind of get an electronic grating voice from the guy in the mask.
Who are you really?
I'm really me.
How did you know that I was at the Arcology?
Because I'm the one who dropped you off. In exchange for them helping you, I had to help them. And I'm starting to think that gamble worked out a lot less in my favor than I was hoping it would.
He comes closer, just taking off the mask and slamming it down on the counter. And you can see the slightly more grizzled face of Applejack. A lot of weird stuff supposed to be coming out of there. What do you know about it?
Absolutely nothing.
Why are you here?
I have a kid now, and apparently nowhere else to go, and I could really use some help figuring out what is going on.
Just like old times, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like stumbling my way through the dark back to looking to you for help is kind of our dance at this point.
Of course. Well, I guess you 2 are coming with me.
That's Karma. Sound good? That's good.
Sure.
By the way, Karma, Applejacks, I don't know if you guys ever met in person.
I don't think we met. I heard a lot about you. That's
Yeah.
about it.
Sure.
Sure.
All right, he leads you guys into the back. back into the kitchen, and then behind one of like these big shelving units that kind of have to move out of the way. There's a trap door in the floor, and he opens up and he starts heading down. You can see lights and you can hear sounds coming up from below.
As I see him open the trap door, I have this fuzzy memory of the Orc Underground recollection in my brain that's just kind of like it's coming into view of being like, wait, this feels familiar.
Yeah, the last time you were down here, there was a hit squad, remember? So what terrible things could you be stepping into now?
Bug spirits, yeah.
It takes you down, leads you through some winding hallways and everything. Eventually, you end up at this small encampment. Till we can figure out what to do with you, or have a talk about what's been going on. This is the best I can do for you.
It's better than what I have, so I already appreciate it. By chance, you wouldn't happen to have any tea laying around, would you? I could sure use a cup.
I'll see what I can try and scrounge up, but I wouldn't get my hopes up.
You've already done more than enough for me today, and I appreciate that, old friend.
Right. All right. Well, make yourselves comfortable as best you can. I'll come back to talk to you when I'm ready.
Okay.
And with that, he just kind of leaves. Only one of the guys that escorted you down kind of hangs around your area where you're at with his shotgun. Most other people just kind of give you weird glances. You're entirely surrounded by orcs and trolls.
I'm gonna go up to the guy that the guard that's watching us, and I'll tap him on the shoulder.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. What's your name, by the way? I don't want to just refer to you as dude. You know, that seems rude and impersonal.
He grunts at you. Zeke.
Zeke, thank you. Zeke, would it be entirely possible that we might be able to get like a pair of scissors and maybe some needle and thread down here? Because I don't know if you've seen the state of my compatriot's trench coat there, but it is entirely too big, and I would really like to be able to take that seam line in for him so it just fits a little bit better. I don't want him dragging me. It's alright, it's alright. I'd like to do something. For the love of God, I just need something else to feel familiar today.
I'll ask around.
Thank you, Zeke. I appreciate it.
Sure. He eventually will come back, and you'll have some needle and thread that you can work with to actually feel kind of back home. Nothing else happens really the rest of the day. Head off into the evening.
Okay. Karma, give me your coat. I mean, it's just
Fine. Toss it.
As you finally, after you've been working on making his coat better for him, as you're finally ready to drift off into sleep, Karma, go ahead and roll me a perception test.
4 hits.
Sure. You watch as you're positive that Kaze had just laid down to go to sleep, and you hear the soft snoring start to overtake him. All of a sudden, he just sits upright. And then gets up and slowly starts making his way away from you and out of the tent.
I don't remember him sleepwalking, but I am intrigued. This could be funny. I'm gonna follow.
Sure. You watch him just kind of make his way all the way back out the way you came.
Okay.
No one really stops him. I mean, most people are asleep. It's really quiet around this hour. You watch him walk all the way out of the bakery.
As he's like leaving the front door, Kaze, you good, bud? Where are you going? Out for a smoke?
You just see his face kind of turn towards you and look at you like you're not even there, or he kind of tilts his head like he's confused, and then he turns back and continues walking outside.
I'll follow him for like another block, and
Okay.
if it's very clear that he has a destined goal, I'm gonna attempt to wake him up.
You watch him go to the nearest public terminal.
Okay.
He goes to the nearest public terminal, and you watch as he takes the data jack and plug it.
I'm gonna
into
wake
his
him up
head.
before he plugs it. I'm gonna.
He goes to plug it
push
into his
him.
head. You're gonna like run in and restrain him to try and stop him.
Yeah, because that
Okay.
just seems like a unnatural thing to do.
He's just about to put a data jacket, and you run in and grapple with him. Kind of throws you off of him, throws you back, and plugs in.
I tried.
And then you watch him just kind of stand there, and his eyes kind of just roll back in his head.
Anything happened on the terminal?
Yes, the terminal lights up. Like
Ooh.
you see code going crazy.
That's crazy. I'm gonna pull out my Ares and shoot the terminal.
Okay, that'll work. So just whip out your gun and blast the terminal away.
Yeah.
Kaze, you kind of shake. You'll take one stun, and you'll fall to the ground. And then you'll actually come to. Like, you're outside, and Karma's standing next to you. There's a smoking terminal.
You back?
Why are we outside? What did the
Oh,
orcs
man.
kick us out?
What happened to you in that stupid pyramid? Okay, so now whenever you gotta sleep, you gotta like restrain yourself or something. You're a sleep hacker. I don't know.
What do you mean a sleep
Okay,
hacker?
so you see, okay, you woke up. Well, you fell asleep, snoring and all. Then you got up, didn't say anything, walked all the way over here, didn't react to me at all, and took that data chip jack, plugged it in. I tried to stop you. You're weirdly strong, and you started like seizuring a bit. So I just shot it because that seemed like the appropriate thing to do. It was either shooting that or you, and I don't have stick and shot on me. So.
But put it in. I don't have a data port. What do you mean put it in? What are you talking
walk
about?
To your side. Do I see a data port on his neck?
You almost can't tell that it's there. Like it's like next level.
I'm gonna just poke. That right there is probably a data port. I don't know cyber very well, but you plugged the thing in somewhere, and I know data ports. That's what you plug in, and that vaguely looks like a data port. Really well hidden.
I just like start touching on my neck and what data. Why? Okay.
You can feel the port. Like it's behind your ear, just behind your ear, and you can almost not tell that it's there. That's how well like integrated into you it feels.
Okay, that shouldn't be there. Let's go back to the bakery. I don't.
Okay, well, I'm just saying tomorrow we got to get some rope or something and just restrain your feet at least.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Handcuffs. I don't know.
And as you're making your way back to the bakery, that orc guard is going to come running out, looking both ways and spying you, and then running towards you. And that's where we'll wrap for this episode, with you just learning some crazy that you're having to deal with, possible new friends, new enemies, who knows where.
Lovers.
Jesus, where this episode is going, or where this spinoff is going to go. But hopefully everybody is going to be excited about the epilogue of Kaze and Karma.
SINless is back, baby. We appreciate all of you who have spent your time just being patient, waiting, hanging out in the Discord while we took a break and got a new story written and got it all together. You guys have been super patient, super gracious, and your support means everything to us. So I want to give a quick shout out to all of our Patreons that stuck through the last couple of months while we were kind of taking a break from making content and kept supporting us to help us keep the lights on and the bills paid. Crimson Gecko, the Rogue 404, an Absolute Dreckstorm podcast, Tim, Tommy, Martin, Michael, Flatty One Gaming, Manic, Sander, Winter, Jim, the Musician, Shadow Dagger, Oliver, Ancient Relic, Rende, What the Dice, Dat Booty, Techno Druid, Con 9000, MS, and to our new members who joined up while we were on hiatus, Travis, Asthma Admiral, Joseph, Big Spoon, QM1 DeLeon, and Devix. Thank you all for your continued support and for jumping in to help us continue to make great Shadowrun stories for the community. If you're interested in joining us on Patreon, all of our runner tier patrons get special benefits, like a lot of these folks have been able to help us with names for NPCs for the current season. We've got things like art coming out. We've got a whole bunch of other stuff I can't announce quite yet, but the patrons are going to get first crack at it. And most importantly, you get that shout out at the end of every SINless episode. One other thing that we've been doing is we have kind of started another collaborative podcast with a lot of other podcasters called the Fixer Files, and all of our patrons have access to be able to play in those one-shot adventures with some of your favorite Shadowrun podcasters. So if you're interested in that, you can get a shot at that by joining our $5 runner tier over on patreon.com/critical_hits. If you guys are listening to this on audio, please do us a favor, give us a 5-star rating on the audio platform you're listening on, and head on over to our YouTube and give the video a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. Those subscriptions really help us a lot to get noticed in the algorithm. That way our content gets pushed to more people who might be interested and haven't already experienced it. So it's a quick click for you, but it means the world to us. So we'd really appreciate it if you have a minute, take some time, do that for us. Big support right there. You're the ones that keep this podcast going. And without you, it would just be us sitting around a table playing games like we've been doing for years. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being there. And thank you for supporting us. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Kaze and Karma. We've got 3 more in the pipe for this mini-series. And then you can expect more SINless Season 3, brand new story coming out. Look forward to sharing it with you guys. See you there.